What's up, everybody? It's your host, Dan, and I'm back with another podcast episode, man. Sweet 16 is here, man. I still never got to post my real bracket on here. So it sucks right now. It sucks. So I'm going to just talk about the Sweet 16. The Sweet 16 is beginning tonight. And like I did a little short video on my TikTok and my Instagram page. I didn't do no prediction. I just want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. But I'm going to do my predictions here and let y'all know who I got winning. And then maybe talk a little football, not American football, European football. Might probably talk about that a little bit because it's international break. So we might go over some international games that are worth watching. But yeah, man. Tonight's games, we got 4 games tonight. We got Iowa and Nebraska, 9th seed Iowa, upset at Florida in the last second buzzer beater shot. Terrible defense by Florida. Why press when y'all up 2 with 8 seconds left? Y'all pressed and left the wide open man in the corner. And I'm happy Florida lost, man. I'm happy Florida lost. Florida coach was cocky all year. Also, I was happy that Iowa beat him in the game-winning shot. Nebraska versus Vanderbilt. Nebraska won that game in a classic. Nebraska hit a game winning, I believe it was a floater or a layup. And then Vanderbilt Tanner shot a half-court shot. It was in the basket and went out. Vanderbilt loses that game, and now we got a Big Ten classic. Both teams, Iowa and Nebraska, both played versus each other twice this year, rivals. Both teams won at home, and they played tonight. I really don't know who I got to win. Honestly, Iowa coach is well known in the college era. He won I think 4 D2 championships. Now he's in Iowa coaching. Got one of the best point guard prospects in this year's draft. Bennett Starritz. I believe I said his name right. I hope so. But I think I like this Nebraska team a lot, man. Frank Hoiberg, he's a good coach in the pros, and he's back in college. I think Nebraska gets his job done. I think they get this job done. This team is well complete this year, and I see them going to the Elite Eight. Illinois versus Houston. 2 teams that's supposed to be there, both the 3 and 2 seed. Houston just came from a dominating performance versus Texas A&M, Texas rivalry. VCU and Illinois just played. Illinois dominated them, and it's gonna be a great game, man. Houston's at home. You know they got locked up in the region, and they're hosting it. I believe the game's in the Rockets Arena, Toyota Center, I believe. But Illinois is a deep team. A lot of Europeans on this team, huge. They got a great guard, Keaton Wagner. Point guard. It's going to be a great matchup. Kinsley Flemings, I don't know if they'll match up too much, but they're both considered guards. Kinsley Flemings, they're both top 10 picks, projected top 10 picks. Keaton Wagner and Kingston Flemings. I'm liking this battle, but I got to go with Houston. Houston, just the defensive team that they've been. The defensive team they've been playing at home. I got Houston winning this game. And then it would show up to Houston and Nebraska in the Elite Eight. And I think I just got Houston winning it. Houston just too strong, too physical than Nebraska. And I see Houston going to the Final Four on the south side of the region. Another 2 games is Arizona and Arkansas, man. Arkansas just coming through clutch performance by Darius Acuff, man. Another 30-point game from him. Malik Thompson had a good game. TB, Trevon Bristle, and Billy Richmond, Billy Goat, been coming well. And then it's gonna be a huge night for this front court of Arkansas. They got to come through. Trevon Bristle has to come through. Malik Ewing has to come through. Nick Pringle, I heard Nick Pringle's good to play today, so he's gonna kind of have to come through off the bench, man. Because this Arizona's front court is huge, man. They got a lot of guys. They got Keo Peets, and they got this player from international. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not even gonna try it. Then they got some players off the bench as well, man. This Arizona team is huge. I like this Arizona's team a lot. I literally had them in my Final Four before the brackets came out. But Arkansas is my team. I roll with John Calipari everywhere he goes. So I got to root for them, man. I got to root for them. But they got Akua. Arizona got Akua off the bench, and then they got their guard play. The guard play is amazing. Jaden Bradley, Brandon Burrows. Brandon Burrows is probably going to be a lottery pick in my eyes. Keo Pete is going to probably be a a first rounder, a round lottery pick in my eyes. Oh, and then they got that's the dude's name. Then they got two European guys. I can't even pronounce their name, but you guys know number 8 and number 13. They're and then they got Del Rosso. He's a huge guy off the bench, man. You never know, spark shooting. But Arkansas has to defend this year. I mean, not this year, this game. Defending sometimes they lack on the defensive side, but the Arkansas will score the ball. So if it will be a track meet, whoever has the ball last, man, I gotta trust Darius Acuff, man. I gotta trust them. I got Arizona losing tonight. Arkansas pulling off the upset. Purdue versus Texas. Texas has been surprising. I'm not really, actually, yeah. They beat BYU. BYU was my team to make it to the Elite Eight out of them. They beat BYU, and I knew they were going to be Gonzaga. I didn't think Gonzaga was going to make it out of the first weekend. I don't think Gonzaga was just that good this year. So Texas beating Gonzaga wasn't surprising, but I think they lose to Purdue. Purdue is starting to find themselves, man. That Big Ten tournament really helped them a lot because, before the Big Ten tournament, they were struggling. They finished 7th in the regular season in the Big Ten. For them to be 7th and win the Big Ten tournament, they've been improving, and I see them advancing to the Elite Eight. But Braden Smith got to do more, man. He's dishing the ball well, but I feel like it's time for him to put the ball in the basket. Foster Loyer has been playing well. TKR has been playing well. Oscar has been playing well. And I like this Purdue team versus Arkansas. I mean, not versus Arkansas, versus Texas, but I do see them losing to Arkansas. I see Arkansas going to the Final Four. The pace that Arkansas can play with Purdue, I would like to see that matchup because they both like to go up and down. I would love to see that matchup. But I just said too much Acuff, man. Too much Acuff, too much Malik Thomas. Them freshman guards, man. You know how John Calipari get with these freshman guards. They compare these two freshman guards to De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk, and they went far. They went to the Elite Eight, could have went to the Final Four if that dude on North Carolina, won't name his name, didn't hit that buzzer beater. So those are the 4 games today. Tomorrow's games we got, I believe it's I don't know who plays first, but Duke and St. John's and Michigan State and UConn. The East region is the hardest regional, so by far we've been saying that. Duke is the high prestige level that they are, even without Coach K. St. John's got Rick Pitino. Michigan State got one of the best coaches, Tom Izzo. And UConn, Dan Hurley is up and coming. Well, he's not up and coming. He's here. He's here already with 2 national championship back-to-back years. So this is definitely the toughest bracket. Duke versus St. John's. I think I got Duke pulling it out late. Man, Cameron Boozer, the Boozer twins, Caden, they know how to win. They're winners. They've been winning on every level that they've been playing on since they've been playing basketball. They won, I believe, 3 or 4 state championships, 1 national championship with their school, 1 EYBLs. And this is another step for them. This is probably the last time they will be playing with each other because Cameron Boozer is going to the league after this year. So this probably could be the last time they're playing with each other. And it sucks that they won't win a natty. But they will beat St. John's. I believe they beat St. John's in a close one, a close physical matchup. Caleb Foster is day-to-day, game time decision, so we'll see what he does. But Caden Boozer has been stepping up well. I feel like Caden Boozer, after the Florida State game, he started to feel his groove. And I wasn't really too worried of him coming into that starting point guard position because he was an All-American. He was an All-American. He's a winner, bro. So I wasn't too surprised at what he's doing right now. I'm not surprised at all. But St. John's have a team, man. They got Zuba Efron. He's a dog, man. He's a dog. They just got a lot of rough riders in St. John's, man. Rick Pitino, he doesn't play out there, man. The Italians. Them Italians, they don't play. Him and Calipari, they don't play. But I do think Duke runs away with it late. I don't know if they cover the spread. I mean, I think they covered a 6.5 spread. I don't know. That's kind of risky, Kind of risky, but I think Duke wins this game for sure. Michigan State versus UConn. If you guys don't know, they played earlier this year in the exhibition. At UConn, I believe UConn took it, but in the under-digit game. It was in single digits, I believe. I'm not too sure. I never watched it. Michigan State, man, they got Jeremy Fields. Jeremy Fields is playing great basketball right now. Cohen Carr played amazing versus Louisville. Carson Cooper, Jackson Collier, they've been amazing all year, man. Shout out to those guys. I'm sick that they're both seniors. I wish Carson Cooper redshirted that freshman year because Carson Cooper's been improving. And just imagine we had a 5th year Carson Cooper, man. This Michigan State team, they've been continue to doubt these doubters wrong this whole year, man. Third seed could have easily been the second seed if they didn't have that slip up versus UCLA and a slip up versus Minnesota throughout the year. But I'm really excited for this game, man. Jeremy Fears, the general, guards win games. Guards wins games in March Madness, and I feel like Jeremy Fears is gonna have the great game. Hopefully, Colin Carr keeps up the performance, and we need bench points from Kurt Hang and Trey Ford, man. If they come off the bench hitting threes, we'll be all right versus the UConn team, because the UConn team isn't that big, so I feel like we're gonna out-rebound them. They only got Travis Reed, and he was a machine the first game. He had like 30 and 20. I forgot, he was like 32 and 27. He was a machine. They got Alex Caravan. Could have left for the NBA a few years ago, and he decided to come back to play out his 2 extra years. He could have left after the first natty or the second natty. I'm not too sure. And then he's decided to come back, and I think he's a senior now. Solo Ball still there. Silas is there. Silas is back. Silas missed the first game, but he played for UCLA. Jalen Stewart, I don't know if he played versus UCLA, but this UConn team's been up and down this year. Surprised they got the 2 seed and St. John got the 5 seed after St. John blew them out 2 out of the 3 times this year. But I think Michigan State wins this game versus UConn, and we see another Duke versus Michigan State classic. And it's hard to beat Izzo twice this year in the season. Michigan did it unfortunately this year, but I don't know. Duke versus Michigan State again at a trip to a Final Four. Duke team is young, banged up. But even though Patrick Ngumunga, I hope I said his last name right. He looked good versus TCU. I ain't gonna lie. He looked good versus TCU. It didn't look like he was like that hobbled. But we'll see his condition again versus St. John's. But if Duke isn't 100%, I like Michigan State over Duke. I truly do. I truly do like them over Michigan State. And then last time they played in the Elite Eight, Michigan State took that when they were a 2 seed with Cassius when they beat Zion, RJ, and Cam Reddish. I do see Michigan State going to the Final Four versus Houston. We'll do predictions on that later. But Michigan versus Alabama, man, this is going to be a great matchup, man. Alabama has the guards. Will Alabama space them out and have them got to beat them? They got to beat them from the inside. But, Michigan's going to beat them from the inside. But what is Michigan going to do guarding them on the outside, man? Because Alabama loves to shoot the ball, man. If Alabama's hot, it's going to be a long night for them Michigan boys, man. Latrell Ricel, he's a shooter. LeBron Filon, he's an amazing player. Should be a first-round pick this year. I know they lost Aiden Holloway, but, they still got Houston Malata off the bench. They also got Amari Allen. Aiden Sherrill is going to have a big game versus those 3 bigs versus Michigan. Michigan got those 3 bigs down there. Aiden has to be well. Amari has to be well. Taylor Bowen has to be well. But I know it's about guards. I like Alabama in this one upset. I think Alabama is the 1 seed that could go down in the Sweet. I mean, not Alabama. I think Michigan is the 1 seed that could go down in the Sweet 16 just because the way Alabama plays. And I wonder if Michigan has enough shooting for them to, if it's a shooting war, do Michigan have enough shooting to compete with Alabama? That's the question. What kind of Elliot Cadeau we're gonna get? If we're gonna get the turnover machine, or we're gonna get the balanced player of Elliot Cadeau. So that's going to be a quite interesting game, but I got Alabama beating Michigan. Tennessee versus Iowa State. Iowa State had an amazing performance without Joshua Jefferson versus Kentucky. That's the first time I've seen Kentucky get blown out. And you guys know me, I used to be a Kentucky fan. That's the first time I've seen Kentucky get blown out in March Madness, man. They got beat in the second half, tore up, lost by 19, all without Joshua Jefferson. Iowa State played amazing defense. Made Kentucky pick up the ball before half court, struggling, turning the ball over. And this Tennessee team is, they beat Virginia, a tough defensive team versus Virginia. I had to beat Virginia. I don't know why I didn't put that on my bracket. I'm so silly. But Nate Mann has to have a big game. And I feel like Nate Mann has been quiet in this tournament. It can't be all glipsy. Nate Mann has to have a game. But I think I like this Iowa State squad, man. Joshua Jefferson is is what's it called? Game time decision, and maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like they're just gonna beat Tennessee, man. They're gonna beat Tennessee. It might not be as bad as they did Kentucky, but they're gonna beat them. And then we will have Iowa State and Alabama in the Elite Eight. I got Iowa State going to the Final Four, man. Got them going to the Final Four. Just too much defense. And their guards is nice, man. Their guards will defend well. Milan Mokovic, he's probably one of the best shooters in the country. He doesn't miss that often. If he's missing, it's really an off night. Like Kinsley, their point guard Kinsley is amazing. This Iowa State team is amazing, bro. It's crazy how they're a second seed, but that's the Big 12, man. You know, the Big 12 are beating each other up. They only got 3 teams left in here, while Big 10 has 6. Big 10 has 6, and Big 12 got 2. SEC has 4, and ACC got 1. In this Sweet 16, I believe, if I said the math right. If I did the math right, I believe. Yep. But Final Four, Michigan State versus Houston. That's going to be a great matchup, man. Both veteran coaches, Calvin Sampson, Tom Izzo. Who's going to win it more between these two, man? Tom Izzo's itching for a number 2. Calvin Sampson's itching for number 1 after the horrific loss they had last year. They were up 12 points versus Florida in the national championship, and they sold that, lost that. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be real quite interesting. But I got Michigan State going to the national championship, and Arkansas versus Iowa State. I got to go with the high hand, man. If Darius continue to be high, I don't see him losing. I don't see him losing, and I got Arkansas go to the national championship. Because Michigan State, 2 of my favorite coaches in the national championship, it'll be a dream. I went to this game earlier this year, Michigan State versus Arkansas at the Breslin. Michigan State took that one, but I got to go with Arkansas, man. Arkansas is the hottest team right now in my eyes. I see Arkansas cut down the net. If they win tonight, they cut down the nets for sure. They win for sure, but man. That's what I got in my bracket, man. Arkansas, Michigan State in the Final Four. Laugh at me if you want. I don't care. I'm biased. So what? Y'all make your own brackets. Y'all say your own teams. But, man, I'm really excited for these East Regional games, man. Like, I'm going to watch both of those East Regional games, 7 o'clock, whatever time Duke and St. John's play, the Michigan State, UConn. I feel like that's, like, the 2 games I'm guaranteed to watch, like, both sides. Like, I'm probably not going to watch the full game of none of the other games except for Arkansas and Arizona in the Sweet 16 out of the other regions. Like, St. John's came back on Kansas. No, Kansas came back on St. John's. Then they played the foul game. Bill Self did a smart thing with the foul game, but they didn't execute it right at the end when Darlin hit the game winner. I believe that's his name, the white boy Dylan Darlin. He hit the layup to win the game. His first points of the game. Called a play for himself. But hit the game winner. St. John's beat Kansas. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm excited for these games today. I'm really excited. I really wonder who's going to win these games, man. It's been a great, interesting tournament. Will Big Ten finally cut down the nets, though? If I'm wrong on my bracket, will Big Ten finally cut down the nets? They got 6 teams in. We haven't won one since 2000, and Michigan State was in it. Michigan State's are still the kings of the Big Ten until a team wins it, man. Until a team knocks them off, bro. But, hey, man. That's all for March Madness, man. I told you it was gonna be a quick video, man. Not too much. Just talking about the teams I got winning. For real. Just the teams I got for winning. What else, man? But International football was today, man. I saw Brazil and Brazil versus France game today, and it was an interesting game, man. France just looked like the better team from the jump, man. The attack, it was like slow at first, but you could just tell France was just the better team. Troy Jamini stole the ball from Casemiro that led up to Dembele getting the ball and Passing it to Mbappe. Mbappe is the quickest player in the world, man. He gets the pass Brazilian defenders and chips it over. Anderson. Chips it over Anderson and scores the first goal. And then, they just started controlling the game. It was 1-0 at halftime. And then Dayton Ampamenyo, I believe, hopefully, I probably said his name all wrong. The Bayern Munich defender, bro. I probably said his name all wrong, but he got the red card. He got a red card, and the game kind of changed because Brazil was pressing. Brazil was kind of pressing. Hold on. But yeah, like I said, the defender from Bayern Munich got beat by a Brazilian forward player. I forgot who it was. I don't think it was Rafinha because Rafinha was out. But I wasn't too sure, but I forgot the player's name. But led to a red card. Red card. He got out the game. They were playing with 10 guys behind. But, Brazil came in attacking the second half, but it wasn't enough. Michael Olise had an assist to Hugo Akite. He chipped it over Ederson again. He got chipped twice. It scored 2-0. And then Luis Henrique, he played amazing off the subs. He came in, played amazing. Got involved with the goal scoring. He didn't get the assist, but he made the plays during that play. Beamer scored the goal. It was 2-1. And at the end, Vinny's had an opportunity to tie the game. He missed it, and they ended up losing 2-1. But there's a lot of games, though. There's a lot of international friendlies you should be looking out for. A lot of international friendlies that you should be looking out for this week. England versus Uruguay tomorrow. I'm probably going to be watching that a little bit. Belgium versus USA is on Saturday. It's Colombia versus France. I'm pretty sure France will do a different lineup. But the lineup France had today was amazing. I like the lineup a lot. I'm sick Camavinga didn't play. And I'm sick Enrique didn't play for Brazil today, man. I'm pretty sick about those two players not playing. But France is probably going to do a different lineup. But they play Colombia on Sunday. And then Mondays, Germany versus Ghana. That's going to be interesting. We didn't see Ghana in the AFCON, so it'll be interesting to see what team Ghana puts out versus Germany on Monday. And then Tuesday is a big game from Congo. Congo has a playoff game. We don't know who Congo's playing yet. Probably Jamaica or New Casido. But we don't know who they're playing yet. And then USA is also playing Portugal that game. Spain is playing Egypt, but no Mo Salah for Egypt. And then Brazil is playing Croatia. So it's going to be another good game. There's a lot of games to look out for. A lot of games to look out for these international brackets, man. But that's all I got for you, man. Hopefully, Brazil, Rafinha's okay. I heard he got injured. Hopefully, he's okay. Hopefully, Enrique gets some playing time. I'm pretty sick, though. I thought Ancelotti would play him, man, but it's kind of sick about that. But yeah, Camavinga, I wish he would have played. I think Ryan Cherki didn't play, but I'm not really messing with Ryan Cherki because after what he did to Arsenal, I don't really mess with him, so I'm not too sick. But Brazil's going to be fine, man. Brazil's going to be fine in the World Cup. A lot of people are saying Brazil might be trash, but Brazil got a lot. Brazil got a lot to miss in. They had Gabriel out, Eder Manteloi. Who else they had out? Damn, I said Bruno from Newcastle. I forgot his last name. Neymar should be playing, bro, in my opinion. Marcus Solis from PSG wasn't playing. But also, France was missing guys. France was missing Saliba, Koundé, Kona, and Barcola. So both teams was missing guys. So it'll be quite interesting what we see in the World Cup. But it was a good few games it's going to be a good few games before the World Cup. There's another one in May, but that's all we got. There's another international friendly in May, but that's all I got for today, man. Talk March Madness, international games. Next week, I don't know. Probably going to be Final Four talks and probably Champions League. But like, share, turn your post notifications on, and we are out.